Hi, I'm Jim Juback, and welcome to my YouTube video for September 7th. I always have to look to make sure I know what day it is. Okay, we're going to talk about crisis in this video, but we're not going to talk about the real big crisis in the world. The big crisis in the world, of course, is the Yankee lead is down to 4 games or 5. The Atlanta Braves have caught up with the Mets at top of the National League East. Who's going to win and get into the bye game for the playoffs? Okay. But we're not going to talk about that. If you want more of my stuff, not the baseball stuff, but the financial stuff, go to my free site. That's jubackpicks.com. If you want more, that's 6 portfolios instead of 3 with some ETFs and with some options. Go to my paid site. That's jubackam.com. You can find links to those both down below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get notification of when we do the next one. We're doing about 3 a week, and sometimes the days vary. So, hey, sign up, you'll get notice. Okay, the title for today's talk, and I said we were going to talk about crisis, is Will the Strong Dollar Tank the Global Economy? We're looking at this incredible period of the strong dollar. And it's not because the U.S. economy is so great. It's because, well, I think it's sort of like the least ugly in the world. The U.S. economy is slow, but it's not in recession, as opposed to Europe. We don't have an energy crisis in the way that Europe does. Japan, of course, is always slow. So if you look at currencies, the euro has broken below parity with the dollar. It's at a 20-year low. The yen is at a 24-year low versus the dollar. The pound is, well, close to the levels of 1985. And the Chinese currency, the yuan, is struggling to retain 7 to the dollar, and the People's Bank is fighting to preserve that. All these currencies are sinking against the dollar. You're looking at, the yen is down about 24% versus the dollar in 2022. What this means is, for the global economy, is it puts central banks in this really, really tough position. But before we do that, let me show you the ETF that I'm using to play the dollar. I went long on this a little while ago, so we're going to look at the chart. This is for a ETF called, rolls off the tongue, in the Invesco DB, which I think stands for Deutsche Bank, US Dollar Index Bullish Fund. Fortunately, it has just a 3-letter ticker, UUP. And you notice this is a chart for 2022. Down here, this is a huge move for a dollar. Currencies don't move like stocks, but we're looking at 10% or better climb, and it's a steady climb. There have been some deviations, but we're looking at a dollar strength, and there's no sign that this is going to stop, which puts, as I said, central banks, besides the Fed, in this really tough position. The Fed is helping to drive this dollar because it's raising rates to fight U.S. inflation, slow the economy, but this puts pressure on other currencies, and it leaves the central banks in these countries with a real dilemma. They can do nothing, in which case their currency continues to sink, and that means higher inflation, higher prices for imported goods. That's one alternative. That's do nothing. The other alternative is to raise interest rates in their own countries. That defends the currency because, hey, you get a little more yield by putting your money in dollars than you used to. The problem there, of course, is that if they do that, they're going to sink their own economies. These economies are already in trouble. It's really a no-win situation. It makes me really worried about the global economy going forward. It's why I'm recommending selling into bear market rallies, putting your money into currency funds like this ETF, the UUP, or buying commodities, anything that really is sort of not correlated with the global stock market, which looks like it's in even worse shape than the U.S. market if you take a step back. Okay, thanks for watching. It's been Jim Juback for September 7th. If you want more of this, you can go to my free site, jubackpicks.com. My paid site is jubackam.com. That's got 6 portfolios instead of 3, and it's got some ETFs and some options, and we're doing some short stuff there. For example, the EUM, which is the short emerging markets fund, shorting an ETF for shorting the Russell. So you want those things, go to that site. You can find links to those down below. Of course, as always, if you like this video, please like it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll get notification when we're doing the next video, and we're doing 3 a week, sometimes on different days. So subscribe. That way you get notification. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.